You're listening to the Comic Crusaders Podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more. Hey, yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy, the real Al Mega. What's poppin'? I don't know what was going on with my intro. Kind of weird stuff going on today. Absolutely, because I feel like I'm delayed. But anyway, that's all good. So let's do this. All right, we have an amazing return guest today. Right? She was on about a year ago and change. Had to do with a Star Wars fan film. And now she's back. So she is an awesome actress, a superstar. And now she's starring as lead in her own joint, you know, regarding a very popular character from a book series named Mercy Thompson. Let me introduce the leading lady, the one, the only, the one with the $1 million smile, Veronica Roy. Weka!
Hello. That's a great introduction.
I, what's poppin'? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Thank you for having me back on the show. I really appreciate it.
Well, absolutely. Yeah, that's just what it is. Because you're doing awesome stuff.
Yeah.
Instagram, I see you kicking butt, marketing like no other. I
Yeah.
absolutely dig it. I
Yeah.
haven't seen no one like you. Just yo, check this out, check this out, check this out. You do it, girl.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been
So
trying to keep busy.
awesome. Yeah, you stay busy. So talk about this for those that are not aware
Yeah.
about who you are. Let them know a little bit about yourself. You know, where you from, OG, and what's your first love of fandom.
Yes. Okay. So my name is Veronica Roy. Clearly, it says it at the bottom of the screen. I am a military brat who doesn't really have like a hometown, but if I were to have one, it would be Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Okay.
I'm from the
East Coast.
757. The 757.
That's gangster. Hey guys, don't be doing no violent stuff now. Right? She throwing down them digits, son. It's like, yo.
But no, I have two younger brothers. All my family still lives there. Then I popped over to California to pursue my acting career full time. Like,
When did you do that though? So here you are on the East Coast laying about. What were the seeds of that spark that has made you push your way over to the West Coast to do what you're doing?
Oh my gosh, that in and of itself is a long story. But some of the seeds I would say is my parents were like, well, we knew what you were going to do since you were 4 years old. And I've been pretty much over dramatic since birth. So it kind of made sense that I would like do all the church plays and the school plays and like all those things all the way through like college. But my love of storytelling has just always been so strong, and I get sucked into movies and TV shows so quickly. Just being able to put myself in the same shoes as the characters and wanting to save the world or try to get back like to the future with Marty McFly. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm seeing myself on the hoverboard, or I'm with Indiana as we're like running from the boulder together, and just like, I love that so much. So just growing up with my dad was really good at whatever movies and TV shows he was interested in. He would share his love with his kids. So I grew up watching like Hogan's Heroes. I grew up watching like I Dream of Jeannie, like all the classics. And then Princess Bride, like all the great things. So my love of stories, I think started from a good root in my family.
That's crazy. I love it. I love it.
I would pursue it as a career, storytelling and being a storyteller. So yeah, that's the shortest version I could think of planting seeds to get me to where I am.
Bet. So what was the day like when you said, I'm going to do this, and how did your family accept you, doing and taking on this new journey?
Ooh, well, I feel it started coming in bite-sized pieces all throughout the way. It wasn't just like one day of, I'm going to go be an actor. It was like, I left to do a college internship with Disney World in Florida for a semester where I was a jungle cruise skipper. So that was the first time of leaving home for long periods.
Skipper, I got to salute the skipper.
Oh my gosh. And that was so much fun. So that's, I think, started easing my family into the idea that I'm leaving. And then after that, it was just little stops here and there of going to like a theater company in Sacramento for a year. And then eventually, like the chapter change of becoming an actor really started presenting itself. And it was legit asking a lot of like for wisdom and advice and like a lot of prayer as well. And it's like, this is a huge step. If I'm moving to LA, I'm not just going to just drop everything and go. I need a plan. I'm kind of a Ravenclaw thinker. So like
Yes.
put my steps in order before I go. But yeah, the day it came, I walked out to my parents and I was like, so I'm moving to LA. And they were like, okay, we're ready. They saw this coming. So yeah.
Of course, you were laying them the breadcrumbs, like all the way out the door. They're like, oh, where you going? So when you landed on the West Coast, were the opportunities easy to come by, or was it a little struggle?
Okay, so my story is one of those, like, I did end up having a little bit of success when I first moved out here, which is difficult to say because everybody's journey is so different and everyone's timeline looks different as well. But one of the big things that pulled me out here initially was there was a week-long what do they call it? It's a week-long sort of program where you get to meet all these casting directors and commercial agents and managers. And you had to audition to even be accepted into the group that was allowed to come over here to do this program. So that's how I got cleared in New York in order to come here to do it. So I actually met at the time that I moved here, the casting director for Criminal Minds, is Scott David, and I had actually met him and auditioned in front of him. Found out that he has a business where he would do workshops as well. So I went and saw him a secondary time, and from that work alone, he was like, "You're getting called into a producer's callback for Criminal Minds." The first one I didn't get. But the second one, they called me in a week later. And I remember being in like this trailer just filled with producers and like the casting director standing behind the camera. And I'm like, this is a lot of people. And it was a really emotional scene. And so I had to be like in this like place. And then they were trying to make small talk when I first walked in. And I was like, hi, yes. Hello, nice to meet you. Glad to be here. Thank you. And while still trying to like stay
I'm trying to cry, damn it. Hello. I saw that scene, by the way. I was like, yo, you smashed that scene.
Thank you.
Like, whoa. And that was your first?
Yeah, that was within 3 months of moving to LA.
Wow. Great job. No wonder to talk about the putting on the dramatics for real. Wepa. Okay. So did it get easier after that point for you to start getting more into the culture environment?
I don't think you could ever call this walk or this journey easy or easier. There's definitely, like, as everybody experiences, we go through ups and downs. We go through dry seasons and we go through fruitful seasons. The trick is just each year making sure that you're doing a reflection and looking back to see, like, what did I learn in this past year? What were opportunities that I had to experience so that I'm not becoming disheartened that I'm not like a household name yet, even though I've been in LA 3 months. It's like, no, what did I learn from the previous time being here? And I've gotten to work on really cool projects, being able to do like work on voiceovers or web series or short films or TV shows or features. Or like my next thing I want to do is I really want to be in a video game. So like looking at capture classes. And then with Mercy Thompson, being able to get the chance to hopefully be on that show is just like, that's the next one on my list too. Yeah.
Let's make manifestation, because y'all making it happen for real. All right. So I have a little teaser to show you guys. That's from her YouTube channel. All right. And I've been showing this as we've been speaking, of course, the past few minutes. You can follow Veronica on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And she makes it easy. It's at I am Veronica Roy. How much easier across all the socials. All right. So before I show that little teaser, can you tell us a bit of Mercy Thompson? Did you know of the character prior to the opportunity coming about? And if so, what is it about this character that got you so interested and engaged and wanted to participate in the production?
Yes. So I have been a fan of this series for years. I discovered it like I want to say like over 5 or 6 years ago. And it is it's an urban supernatural fantasy, which is like my sweet spot for genres, in which this is the first time I've been able to read about a character who very closely resembles my makeup, because she's half white and half Native American, while I am Black, white, and Native American. And I was like,
Hey, there you go.
And what I've always loved about her is she can turn into a coyote. Like, so she's a coyote shifter. But she's essentially just trying to like be able to hold her own in a world of monsters, of werewolves and vampires and fae. And she's a magnet for trouble. And she has this huge heart for wanting to help people. So that's usually what ends up getting her into trouble, because she puts herself like a shield in between, like, you're not going to attack them, attack me. But I hurt like a human and I heal like a human, and I'm okay, but I'm going to fight you anyway. And I've just always had mad respect for that. And so I've always felt really super connected to her, and the weaknesses that she goes through, like in the story arc in the series. I'm like, yep, I relate to that. I relate to that as well. And I follow the author on Instagram. And last year it was announced that Amazon Prime optioned the show.
Yes.
And so it's actively being worked on right now. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. To get the chance to even audition to be her, I want it very much so. And so that's what my social media campaign is about, is I'm going hard after it to grab Amazon's attention, to be like, hey, I'm your girl. I'm your girl. I know this character.
Oh, yeah. And you know what, Amazon? Let's prove it right now, because we got a little teaser, and then we're going to start talking more about the production and everything she's doing, the training, because she scares me sometimes. I see them training videos. I'm like, I ain't messing around. Check this out, folks.
Well, I didn't expect you to want to talk to me.
Yeah, well, I wasn't sure I was going to either, so.
Right.
My apology to you is years overdue. I should have talked to you before I left. I panicked. And abandoning you without a word
that Mercy manhandled him.
Was neither right nor kind, and I'm sorry. I was a coward.
Oh, damn.
Let's talk.
There's no mercy there. Hell yeah. What, folks? You see that? That's right. You better cast Amazon. You seen that? Yo. And I hope homie's all right, because you busted homie up, man.
Oh, man. Yeah.
So talk about this, the experience of actually filming, talk about the training as well, because I've seen all over the grams with weights and throwing punches. I'm like, yo, dangerous lady here.
Yes. So when I had heard about this going optioned and wanting to do more than just sitting and waiting for like a casting director, I sort of took the lead of Elijah Wood. I don't know if you know his story of how he got cast as Frodo, but he didn't just go and audition for it. He grabbed the script, had a writer friend write 3 scenes like from it, then grabbed a director friend and a camera, went to Griffith Park and shot the 3 scenes, edited it together, and then sent it over to casting, and then eventually to Peter Jackson. And they watched it. They were like, this is Frodo. And I watched that full interview and I went, done and done. Done and done, because I'm just as passionate about this world. I can see it. I can feel it. And like,
smell it. You smell the set.
I'm using all the senses, like dead people in the world. Like,
Get it.
So I just took a page from his playbook, and that's what I did. I reread the entire series, which is, such a struggle reading my favorite series again.
Oh
And
my God, the struggle,
oh,
right?
such a hardship. But no, the trick was to find 3 scenes that showed 3 aspects of Mercy throughout like her journey, and to be able to establish, yes, I understand her in all these different capacities. So once that was pulled, then I put on my producer hat like I've done in the past, and just started pulling in some amazing people that I was just like, hey, this is my dream and my goal and what I'm going after. And the answer 99.9% of the time was, I believe in you. I support you. How can I help? Which
Yes.
was just glorious. And just, I'm still overwhelmed to think about like the generosity that I was blessed with on all aspects from like pre to post production. And yeah, so that's trying to make sure that I'm not like talking for 20 minutes just on that topic. What are the high points that you guys would want to know? So getting to that aspect of, got into the filming portion of it, found the locations, went into training. The guy
How
that I'm
long was training? Yeah, and who you beat up? Because he looked familiar. I said, I seen homie before, and you beat him up.
Terrence Rotolo. So he's the one that's has a fantastic like resume, like as long as my arm, of just amazing works that he's worked on. He was also the one who did our fight choreography for Balance of the Force,
Oh, cool.
and been training with him for years. And so I knew that I wanted to bring on a strong actor and a strong fighter, and TJ has all of that like in a box. So I was just like, done and done, homie. Can I bite you for a bit and then talk to you afterwards in the scene?
Can I give you a beating, please?
So yeah, we got together and like learned the fight. He put the fight together with our director, Daniel Southworth, and they put it together, put it in they taped it and they sent it over to me. And I'm like, this looks wicked sick. I love it. Cause we really wanted the violence of it to be real and like really gruesome, like things breaking. We don't want it to be one of those, like those pretty fights where it's just like, they walk away with their hair still perfectly coiffed and no blood.
Somehow, right?
I was like, no, we want it to be like the grit and the like in the fight. We want you to feel it like in your bones.
Of course, you want to see the swollen face, the swollen eye, the tooth getting spit out. Come on.
I'm one of those actors that I always want that. I'm like, please toe my face up, like put and like bruises and scars and things on it. Just I mean, I did that with the Star Wars thing. I really wanted a scar on my face because I very rarely get that opportunity. So no, that was just a great experience. And we trained like for a few weeks in order to prep it while also balancing all the other aspects of production. Then we shot the thing, and it happened in 3 days. We did
3 days. Wow.
one scene per day. Oftentimes they were night shoots. So bless all of my people who showed up. I made sure that I had crafty and like tons of food options, and then I would feed them. But
no one says no to free food.
And good free food. We were intentional about having good free food.
There we go.
But yeah, so shooting happened in 3 days. Then we went immediately into editing, which my DP, Landis Aponte, love that man. Not only was he my DP, but he was also my editor. And so he was like already cutting it together. And it really worked out having my editor as DP, because as everything was being shot, he's already editing in his head. And so he knows how to shoot things to make his job easier.
Had the mental shots already framed up.
Yes, I love pre-planning, and I love people who plan ahead of time. And so that's why I always bring on a strong team who know what they're doing and are smarter than me. And so I can learn from it and be like, oh, that's a great idea. I didn't consider that. Let's do that. Let's do your plan.
Yeah. It's always considered to be the not the dumbest, but the least intelligent of the room. Be surrounded by smarter folks. Because as you said, you really do learn so much more.
Like iron sharpens iron, and you level up, and it's a learning opportunity every day that you're around them. You're like, yes, please. 2 scoops of that, please.
Hell yeah. I'm digging it. So where we at with the post-production? I mean, what's up? What's the full thing looking like? And when is that being shipped off to Amazon so they could immediately hire you and get this going?
Love that. So actually, so the original plan was just to do the 3 scenes, and then that's what I was going to ship over to Amazon. But I was talking with my producer friend, Amy Schumacher, which you had on the show with the Balance of the Force. We were hanging and chilling out, and I was describing to her what I was doing, and it was actually her idea. She was like, "You should do a social media campaign and like really like get the people on your side on this." And I went, "Actually, I really love this idea." Okay. So I'm like, put a pin in that to think about that. And that's what sort of started like the brainchild of this 3-month campaign that I am actively in. And the idea to create a trailer, like a teaser, in order to send that out to everybody sort of came from that campaign. So I actually cut that trailer together, taking footage, putting it together, finding music. I found music that I kind of liked, but I was like, it would be cool to have like original music.
Oh,
So
heck yeah.
so two friends of mine, David and Tavita, actually got together, created music from scratch for the trailer specifically, went into the studio, put it together, sent it over to me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this so much. And so that's what you guys end up hearing is a David Tavita original. And
Hey.
so while that was happening, and the scenes were being actively worked on, and I decided, let me just send the teaser to the Amazon execs. So batch emails have actually already gone out.
Ooh, let's go.
Yeah. So I've already, over the past couple of weeks, emails have already been going out and having conversations and engagements to put my name on their radar. And but that's not the end of it, because I still have to release those full scenes, which will be released towards the end of my campaign. I will be dropping one scene per week in the last 3 weeks in March.
Oh my gosh. I will be keeping lookout like a mofo. And I'm already subscribing to your YouTube. Turn on the notifications. I gotta see these videos. And a shout out to ASAP Imagination, because he goes, hey both, this sounds cooler than an ice cream sandwich.
Ooh, love that. Love ice cream sandwiches and ice cream cake.
Oh my God, right? The one with the little chocolate crunchies all over. Heck yeah, son.
Forget about
I'll eat that by myself. I wouldn't mess with Mercy Thompson. I'll just give it to you because I don't want to get my ass kicked. But you want it? I'm sorry. All right. So when this happens, you know, I mean, the idea for Amazon is what? It's not a movie, but rather a series, correct?
Yeah. So it's going to be based off of the books. And this is an ongoing series. The books we're up to book 13 right now. That's
13 books.
She's actively working on book 14 right now.
Wow, Patricia Briggs, shout out. My gosh, she does not stop writing.
And there's a spin-off series, and there's a book full of novellas. So highly recommend the read.
Novelas? No wonder you into it, because you're talking about dramatic. I'm like, you don't know novelas. You can't get more dramatic than that.
They also have a graphic novel. So they're just like checking all the boxes and making sure Mercy Thompson is known. So Amazon.
I want to ask here, though.
Yes.
Then, on the scenes that you did and the scenes that you've chosen, did they come from one particular book in the series, or did you pick scenes from 3 different books in the series?
That was the struggle bus, was figuring out like what scenes can I pull that doesn't require too much explanation of what has happened in the past. We wanted scenes that were sort of standalone. So what ended up happening was all 3 scenes came from the first book. They came from Moon Called. And that was after I had like, I think 9 or 10 scenes selected that I had pulled, and went to my community of like actor business folks and was just like, everyone just vote on your top 3. And then eventually that took like a month. And then I got like whittled down to the 3 that I ended up showing, because we wanted to be able to show her charm, her vulnerability, and her edge. With a little bit of like sexiness thrown in there. So we wanted to make sure that like she's able to do that. Oh, she can cry. Oh, she can fight. Oh, okay. Oh, and you want to kiss her? Okay, check.
Let's get French there for a moment. I am digging it, yo. Let me tell you, because you are a boy energy. So you say it's a 3-month campaign. What's the 3-month point that people need to be aware of, so that when we start releasing those videos, and of course to vote, how can people even get engaged to support and vote and get Amazon's eyes on you?
Yeah, love that. Thank you. Good question. So I am in week 5 of the 3-month campaign right here now. It ends at the end of March. So the best way for folks to be able to help support the campaign is like, follow, comment, share, and tag Prime Video and tag Amazon Studios, pretty much in all the things. Because the goal is to, once I have certain amount of views and such, I'm able to send that over to them so that when they're watching it, they're like, she's already got some traction. She's already got a following. Let's see what she can do. And then I'll get the opportunity to go into the room to be taken into consideration to even audition for Mercy, which is what we want. We want, when the decision makers finally get into that room, to be like, who's our Mercy? My name is already on everybody's radar.
Don't you worry. When you walk in and show that smile, they're going to be saying, have mercy on me, Jesus Christ. But listen, you're kicking ass. I'm telling you, people just don't know. You are Mercy Thompson. And that's the definitive answer, Amazon. Let's make it happen. This is what we want to see. So how do you prepare then to get into the headspace of Mercy for your scenes?
Oh, that's good. That's good. Well, one, it helps that I have been reading these books for years. So I'm very familiar with the world. But I also I love music. And so I create playlists that really help fit the vibe of each of the scenes. But they all have this like a continuous through line of feeling for like tone of music. But whether she's like happy or whether it's like edgy or whatnot, that will dictate specifically the songs that I choose. So like there's a date night scene. That's one of them. That one of the relationships that she has is with Adam Helpman, who's like when of these two crazy kids going to get together kind of like relationship. And one of the songs I ended up choosing was actually Demi Lovato's Heart Attack, because I love really paying attention to the lyrics, because the lyrics will tell you or oftentimes like match what the inner thought is. And the way that she was breaking it down in her lyrics was saying how I'm so used to like going after, like easily getting other guys after me, but you were actually making me nervous and making me want to be pretty for you, and it's stressing me out. And I'm like, that is how Mercy feels with Adam. She doesn't want to be attracted to him, but she can't help it. And so it's one of those like fighting the need to like want to be around you, but also maintain my independence. And I don't really need you, but I just kind of want to hold your hand. And so
give it to me, girl. You're already acting it out. I mean, Jesus Christ. I want to take acting lessons from you.
But no, I usually always recommend like music. Yes, I love the use of music through storytelling. Genius move. Thank you. I totally stole that idea from somebody smarter than me. And it's brilliant because it allows for you to like get into the right headspace, because when you're on set, there is so much going all around you all the time. And when you're doing independent filmmaking, you don't always have the chance to have your own trailer or to have like your own door to close. You're in like the common space with everybody else. And so I had to find a corner for myself, put in my earbuds, trust that my people know what they're doing, and just listening on repeat to the playlist I had already curated for that scene, for that moment, to make sure that I was plugged in. And then once cameras are on, just being fully engaged and paying attention to my scene partner and just they're all that's here, and have fun with it and just roll. So
I got to ask here, because I love your big hair, but then we see how Mercy got the 2 points, which you pulled off. Talk about that too, because again, getting into that.
Yes.
Because I know hair is important too.
Yes, it is. Because what I was realizing, because since I am Black, white, and Native American, while Mercy is white and Native American, I still wanted to make sure that I was bringing all aspects of myself to the character, all aspects of me. This is my Mercy. And so I was like, that will show itself differently in how I style my hair and how I style some of my clothes and whatnot. So I was like, I can do braids, but it's not going to look like that. My hair is going to be, it's like, well, let's bring in the hookup for the hair. Let's go full out. And like, you'll see the pictures on my campaign, but I did a photo shoot where I'm recreating all of the book covers. And
all of them. Oh,
all of them. And restyling the hair for my version of Mercy. So my girl Samaje, love her. Hair by Samaje, shouting her out, shouting her down.
Shout out. Whoop, whoop.
She hooked me up with like these epic, just like French braids and attached hair. So my hair came down to like mid back and was
Oh wow.
incorporating like colored threads like all throughout it. And when my hair is in braids like that, you can see how very Native American I am with like the cheekbones and like all that jazz. So I definitely wanted to represent the braids. But then since I'm also part Black, I wanted the curls out and the natural hair out and being represented also. And so you'll see in some of the later book covers, my hair will not match the covers. They'll be my hair in different styles. It'll be out and kind of wild. It'll be sort of like, there's like this one where her hair is just like kind of blowing in the wind and just kind of like the
Yeah.
bangs are in her face. And I'm like, my hair doesn't move like that. So I ended up having to like throw it all to one side and like bobby pin the crap out of it. And it was just like, and I'm like, I kind of like how this turned out though. So, but yeah, so hair is so vastly important. And I absolutely love that all of the hair journey, like story videos that I've been posting on YouTube are doing really well. Like this topic is really like hitting with a lot of people.
It does. It's important because growing up, you never saw people with our hair, if you will, on TV.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I would question, and not knowing, I was ignorant, I didn't know. And then as I got older, I met people that actually work at this. Oh, they don't like how it looks on screen. Like, what you mean? It's the hair. I'm like, wow, that's kind of foul.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Well,
I'm not saying that I hate straight hair, but man, curly hair is my kryptonite.
but to be fair, I went through that time too. Like when I was a kid, like I got my hair relaxed when I was like 13 years old and for years. So I had the straight hair for years. I was also low key, low maintenance. So like ponytails were like my jam. So straight hair made it much easier to do that. But then when I like moved out of my parents' house and it was on me to drop the money every 6 months.
Hell no.
6 weeks. Oh my gosh, 6 months. No. But no one's up to me. I'm like, this is expensive. How do you maintain this? And that's actually what started my transition into natural hair because I couldn't afford to keep getting years.
Yo, I'm not for nothing, but people with long hair, specifically women too with long hair, get ripped off at these salons. I'm saying, I mean, I walk in, I get a $20 cut, I'm good, but y'all gotta be dropping over a bean easy.
minimum of $35 just to get a trim. Just to get a trim.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's after searching for salons.
See, but you see how it is, all the steps here, training, hair, getting into the mood. I mean, Veronica, that's a lot of work. So
thank you.
For real, I know before I say, was it easy? No, I'm hearing you. I'm like, wow, yeah, this is a lot of stuff and steps behind what we see. So again, from a fan to a creator, thank you. Thank you for taking that and making that sacrifice just to entertain us and enjoying what you're doing while doing it. So you could tell, because again, the $1 million smile, which is a fact. That's what Amazon, I'm telling you, y'all gonna F up if you don't choose Veronica. It's just a fact. So okay, so what else is in the future for you? So we got the campaign going. That's the big thing right now, the high concentration. So once the campaign is settled and they select you to be, Mercy, which is what's going to happen. Manifestation, power of words is real. Once you do all that and you finish with the Mercy, the 7-10 season that you're going to be doing, what'll be next for you?
Yes. So I was talking with my producer friend. Actually, I've talked about him before. DP Landis Aponte, love him. He had an excellent viewpoint on this. He's like, the momentum that you're gaining on this campaign is going to be so useful to you in future projects afterwards, regardless of how this campaign ends, because people are already going to be involved and want to see what you're working on next and such. I'm like, I love that in a big way. And so I have a couple of projects that are in the works right now in terms of a trilogy for films, zombies with a friend of mine. And I have another series that's in the works as well, writing out with a friend of mine. That's another supernatural aspect, but it's more leaning towards like ghosts and magic and witches and such. So
cool. At the right time, because I was at Jeff Lemire and Jock. They stated that they're comic book witches. has been
Ooh,
optioned, and they're going to be involved in production and all. So we're going to get the actual creators of the book involved in the actual project. So I'm like, yay!
yeah.
But again, witches and all supernatural. This is what's popping. I mean, we even have Sarah Michelle Gellar back. She went from vampires, and now she's doing Wolfpack. I'm like,
Yep,
what?
yep, I saw that. I saw that. I'm like, okay, Buffy. Now we're in werewolves. Okay.
Right. Hey, we need to hire Veronica too, so that kick those wolves' asses in the show. So it's popping.
Please and thank you. I'll put them in their place.
This is awesome. I love the energy. So now, before we go, what type of advice, based on your journey thus far and doing what you're doing, again, which is incredible, like what type of advice would you give up to a up and comer right now?
Yeah. Well, the big takeaway that I've been having throughout this entire process is talk out loud your dreams and your goals to other people. Don't just keep it to yourself and be focused on doing it alone. I have had so many people popping up to me going, oh, I have this connection with such and such, or, hey, I'm actually really good at such and such, and I really want to support you in this. Can I help you? And it's like, I didn't even know that you had these skill sets, or I didn't even know you had these connections. But because I've been so constantly talking about it and being vulnerable and transparent about what I'm doing and why I'm going after it, it's allowed other people to be able to show up and show off in a big way. So that would be my big advice, is to, obviously don't be continuously being, hi, my name is Veronica, this is the thing that I'm doing. Obviously have a normal conversation with people. But when people ask, what are you up to? What are you working on? Don't do that false humility thing of I'm keeping busy. It's like, no, be like, actually, I'm working on this social media campaign because my favorite book series just got optioned by Amazon and I want to be considered for the lead character. And it can be that short and concise. I'm still working on short and concise. I love me some run-on sentences when I'm talking. So that's a superpower I'm actively working on. But no,
I think that leads to questions immediately. Oh, really? Wait a minute. Me, if I would have met you in a party, you tell me like that, yo, I'm gonna be taking your ear up for about an hour. Hold on, you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. But yes, I would say that would be my advice to folks that are trying to come back around to acting or just starting it for the very first time, is when the goal and the dream that you've created for yourself, or the thing that you want to go after, share it with the community, because people want to support you. So give them the chance to.
And it's true, more people, more than not, do want to be supportive and be involved in the things that they enjoy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, don't focus on no hate. Focus on all of those that are actually interested and care.
Yeah.
And it's so true. Yeah, share your story, because you never know. I've had wonderful opportunities to say, hey, what do you do? Well, I do this, but then I have a side gig, and I do kind of what you do. I do pods, pop out, and talk to amazing people. Oh, really? I got a project. Oh, really? Then here's my card. Let's get it, kiddo. I just toss them out. I carry these bad boys everywhere. Look how sexy.
I love it.
Yeah, so I'll be pimping, dressed up all the time. My boys like, do you have any other t-shirts? Because everything I have, all my t-shirts, at least about 30 of them, are all Comic Crusaders shirts, different.
Nice.
Like, dude, that's all you wear? Or don't you wear some other brands? So this is a brand, baby. Love it. This is awesome. So when are we going to get some Veronica Roy as Mercy Thompson t-shirts and swag?
Oh. The only version of it I can think of right now that's happening is there is actually an artist on Instagram that I met on a fan page that he's a digital artist, and he's been recreating the book covers, and he reached out to me and asked if he could use me as the image for recreating the book covers. So I'm now showing up in a couple of different pictures on his Instagram and such. And I'm like, hey, okay.
Yo, that's me. And now you start thinking, when am I going to do an animated feature, right?
Ooh, that'd be fun. That would be fun. I would love to voice a cartoon character. I've been told that I'm like a Disney princess or Tinkerbell. And it's like,
get it done. Let's get it done. Let's get that voice. Let's get that face. Let's get those action moves all over the place, folks. Support. Independent creators. You see, in the passion, the energy. Again, thank you for being so inspirational and keeping me fired up. And again, as I said in the green room, you go through this, ladies, Instagram, social profiles, you see a smile from ear to ear. There's no way you will stop. Be like, damn, and you smile like, oh, that's awesome. Good energy. So you keep going, yo. For real. I love it. I can't wait to see this show. I can't wait to see you star in it. And please, once you become a super mega star, please come back. That way we can have a chance to get some views, more views.
Of course.
Now, you're awesome. Thank you again for taking time out of your day. And folks, I've been showing this all over the place. I said it earlier. You can follow Veronica everywhere. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube at I am Veronica Roy. So easy peasy. The links are below as well. Click away. Then make sure she got hashtags. I'm going to add them to the notes. Share away. Add those hashtags. Let's make sure that Veronica lands this role. Yeah. It's already hers. We just got to make sure that Amazon is aware that that's who we want. All right? Make it happen, folks. Follow everywhere. Show the love. Big shout out to the man ASAP. Thank you. This is an amazing guest. Yo, ASAP Imagination. Great comic books. You got to check this stuff out, yo. He's a publisher. His name, he goes by Hades.
Oh.
Hey, yeah. But he's not evil. He's a very good person. Again, yo, shout out to everybody that's been tuning in, to everybody that's going to listen and watch, yo. You know what it is. Show the love. Thank you again for tuning into the Comic Crusaders Podcast. I'm Al Mega with the amazing superstar, Veronica Roy. Hasta la próxima. Wepa! Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders Podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.shop and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.